Can Bruce Wayne ever hope to navigate this strange and twisted version of Gotham City without his famous cape and cowl? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman number 132 and find out together, shall we? So then, as this brand new issue opens up, we actually get treated to what the Leslie Tompkins and Alfred Pennyworth of this universe are doing, and the answer is quite well. They're living together very happily, and off Alfred's own considerable fortune in a place we later learn is called Athena Tower. Leslie is still very much the Leslie we know and love from the main universe, trying to help people, even if that means having to go into the dangerous slums against Alfred's own wishes. Honestly, I kinda love that between this and War of the Undead Gods, Leslie and Alfred getting together and forming a loving romance in an alternate universe is kinda the go-to now. It's just so sweet. Now, where is Bruce while all of this is going on? Well, he's still hanging out with Jewel, trying to get the lay of the land for this strange new alternate universe. In the last issue, we learned that venomized Judge Dent and his lackeys go from door to door trying to lock people up in the asylum who they view as being insane. And in this issue, we learn a little bit more about how that system works. You see, Jewel doesn't actually judge Bruce for saying that he's from another universe or for hallucinating a skeletal Jim Gordon, because apparently this is a pretty standard thing in this version of Gotham, so much to the point it even has a name, Crane Brain. As in Jonathan Crane, as in Scarecrow toxin is actually being circulated throughout Gotham City, causing fear, tension, and paranoia in the populace. The only people who aren't affected are the rich and powerful, who quite literally live in ivory towers in this universe that are hypergenically sealed. You can also take drugs to slow down the effect, but they're incredibly hard to find, and oh yeah, the rich people in the Athena Tower, they make that too. Man alive, you know what? Slow round of applause for Chip Zdarsky for in just a couple pages managing to create one of the darkest and timely allegories for living in modern society, wherein Arkham Asylum is literally just an extension of the slums. Everyday life is literally grinding you down and driving you insane, and the second you start acting up, the judges and the very literal roided up super cops will drag you away to the real asylum for torture. The only people unaffected are the ultra rich, and they get richer by selling you the very pharmaceuticals that slows down the process. Whew, that is a lot to take in. In fact, as we see with Judge Dent in Red Mask, it would appear that everyone in this world is addicted to something. After Dent lost to Bruce in the last issue, he's just been killing prisoners instead of sending them off to Red Mask for torture. Which of course makes the mysterious Red Mask very upset and threatens to withhold Harvey's venom. We also learn in this issue too that Jewel's own parents were victims of this crazy new world order. Her mother died and her father fell into a deep dark depression, which ended up getting him sent off to Arkham, where he was never seen again. Bruce clearly forges a good bond with this young lady and even makes her some eggs using Alfred's old recipe. Skeleton Jimbo even says, hey, you should adopt her as a new Robin. You could call her like Panic Attack. That's a good name. Obviously, that's not a good idea, but Bruce does admit that this girl does remind him a lot of the Robins. Jewel's got a good heart like Dick, but is also rapidly anti-authority like Jason. We also learn about in this issue the existence of Halliday Industries, basically this twisted world's answer to Wayne Industries. Apparently their CEO is working on some amazingly futuristic tech, super AIs, and maybe even the technology that Bruce could use to hopefully get back to his own universe. To get what he wants though, Bruce is going to have to go in undercover at a fancy Athena Towers party. Obviously this isn't hard for Bruce, he's been playing a snobbish rich guy basically his entire life. Bruce isn't at the party long though before he ends up making two horrible realizations in a row. One, this Halliday guy is actually this world's version of the Joker, who never got his skin bleached, and assumedly never went insane and actually managed to thrive. The other big revelation is that this world's queenpin of crime, Selina Kyle, actually notices him even with the whole fake mustache disguise. It's through evil Selina we actually discovered that this world did indeed have its own Bruce Wayne once upon a time. He gave away all of his money and actively went to try and be a crusading social worker on his own, only to seemingly die mysteriously under unknown circumstances. Selina tries to pick a fight with Bruce and we end up meeting the rest of Holiday's security team. There's this world's version of Punchline, who is also a hulked out, venomized monstrosity, as well as this world's answer to Killer Croc, who is a well-dressed man with a very vast vocabulary. I gotta say, I'm a fan, I like this guy. Bruce actually manages to take out affluent Croc with just a single match before plummeting out the tower's window. Bruce isn't worried, and after all, why should he be? He survived a fall from the moon at the end of the previous arc. Surely this is nothing. I mean, it hurts real bad. but he'll live to fight another day even when he ends up picking a fight with another Venom cop on his way back to Jules' hideout. Batman's need to be a hero always being true no matter what universe he's in. It's while absolutely bloody and bruised and lying cold in an alley, a thought begins to cross Bruce's mind. He thinks he finally knows now what's wrong with this version of Gotham, and that is the wrong people are scared in this world. And if the wicked, the superstitious, and cowardly lot of this universe still decide to do evil unto others, well then maybe it's time that Bruce become a bat all over again. And so there you have it, everyone. Batman number 132. And once again, Chip Zdarsky absolutely managed to hit this one out of the park. If anyone had any trepidation about them doing another multiverse story in a time in popular comics when it feels like every other story involves a multiverse, those fears should most certainly be assuaded by this story, because clearly there is so much happening under the hood in this one. As I mentioned previously, I absolutely love the cultural critique that's going on in this one. Obviously, Zdarsky has been doing a lot of that over in his Daredevil book, and even some over in the pages of his The Night book. It's nice to know the main Batman book also gets a little love too in that department. There's also just a lot of really great mystery and intrigue going on. I want to see what other heroes and villains look like in this crazy cracked mirror Gotham. I want to see what happens when Bruce and this world's Alfred eventually meet. Will they actually like each other, or are they just two complete polar opposites right now? If I had to guess, and I am a guessing man, some of these mysteries are probably more connected than we think. We never actually did see Red Mask's face, which leads me to believe, hey, is he this world's version of Bruce, or maybe is he Jules' dad? Hell, is the reason that Bruce feels such a deep connection to Jules without ever really meeting her before, is that because that she was fathered by this world's version of Bruce? Just a thought. Also, for what it's worth, the Tim Drake Robin-centric backup story in this issue is also stellar and continues to be for the second issue in a row. It's probably the creepiest and most interesting Toyman has been either, meaning that if you've been skipping the backup issues, you certainly shouldn't, because they're actually great. Overall, I'd give this one a much-deserved 9 out of 10. Stellar stuff from start to finish.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.